a quick intro before the intro, because I've actually filmed the real intro to that video some 10 months ago. I think it's 10 months. Let me check. Yeah, it's 10 months ago. When I did that lot. Well, I started on that lot just after the making over the library in Sunset Valley. I've been going back to it from time to time because there are a lot of rooms there. So that's why it's only ready now. It's done and ready to go. And so I thought I would just let you know that's why if that intro is a bit outdated, it's because it is outdated. That's it. Without further ado, back to the real intro to that video. Bonjour! So, I'm back in Bridgeport because I've done a library lately and I've been wanting to do another one. And I'm thinking that in Bridgeport, the library, I've never visited it. No, that must be the museum. I've seen a picture of it and it looks modern. And I wanted to do a modern library. Just, again, for a change of pace. I think it's this one. Yes, it's a library. So, Bridgeport Public Library. It looks modern. Yeah. Oh. Maybe there is a basement. 25 by 54. Yeah, just for fun. Let's do that. So, here we are. It's just next to City Hall. It's kind of a long build. There are no windows there. I really like the footbridge for the entryway here. And here we have big windows. And it's very cool that the basement is open like that. Steps leading to the basement, the half basement, more steps there. So I really like the entrance, the whole front of the build with the tree in that. The rooftop is maybe have the building a bit taller. It's too short. It doesn't go with the rest of the build, the rooftop. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and add windows there because the sun is shining right on it and it's good to have some lights in a library. So let's start with the main floor here. Okay. That's very different from what's outside, the vibe. Also, it's a very big, very large area without, these are bookshelves, so not without bookshelves, but... Okay, so we have two armchairs facing each other, maybe for some philosophical discussion, I don't know. So that must be the kids' corner over there. For toddlers, you don't have many things, but you do have these. Okay, so nice. They have a view on the entryway, actually, on the footpath over there. That's cool. We have the staircase just there. Another two armchairs in the middle of a duel. Okay, so we have like workstations over there. So I like that there are big windows like that. There are very few bookcases. It's very strange. I wouldn't know it was a library looking at it like that. So no computers. Okay, and it's cool. We have another set of staircase there. So on each side of the build. The landing here, big landing, and a bathroom over there, but the door is there. Ooh, I kind of like what they did there. I'm not sure about the texture, but I love the idea. Very modern looking too. So there are like four desks. Again, well, the bookcases. It's a library. At last. Bookcases. So it's the same one. And a view. So why not have a chair here so that we can read and sometimes look up and see the view, or work and sometimes look up and see the view. Kind of a conference room. So I haven't seen computers for now. Maybe downstairs. I might do that more like downstairs. But let's see. Let's see the basement. So another bathroom there. Neat. Another. Oh, I like this pattern better. Yeah, not the color of the desk though. And what is that supposed to be? Okay. Okay, so this time they alternated an armchair a side table, an armchair side table, and you're not facing the other armchair. It's like a waiting room, but we don't really know for what. The door is there, okay. And then, oof, empty space. There's another bathroom there. Okay, computers, but no computers. So computers are in the basement only, and there is that again, which I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. So yeah, definitely some things to add. The main ideas, I'm going to keep that, that it's not really symmetrical actually, for sure, windows there. Inside, I'm going to add bookcases for sure, have more like a conference room or something downstairs. It's a big library and let's use the space. Not sure yet what I'm going to do for the kids. What theme would you like to be? And that's going to change. Might use that somewhere with a philosophy corner maybe. Upstairs have more like bookcases again, and also computers. I might add a coffee shop or something in the build because it's a very big building, so to take advantage of that. I like where it's located, and with the trees around, and yeah, the city center. I'm going to think it through and then get into it. So working on the building itself first, and I've tried different designs there, but didn't go with all of them. So for instance, I tried one that was a bit as if it was a sort of a freeze level, but not whole block. I was trying to have a bit of a zebra pattern there, but I didn't go with that one. I tried, and then I was, oh no, not a good building to have that, so I might try that on another one. Since it's a modern building, I went with different ideas, and also went with the fact that the original build had a symmetry and asymmetry to it. So went with both there. So for instance, the staircases, there are two sets, two stairwells, and they are on each side of the main part of the building, and so they are pretty symmetrical. That main building in the middle is quite symmetrical too. So is the walkway, the bridge, smack dab in the middle, you know. So same thing. And there is a wing on each side of the building, but interestingly enough, they weren't that symmetrical. So these were already a bit different. The layout inside was quite different also. And so I went with that too. The big pillars on the front, they weren't at the same, they weren't symmetrical, so they weren't at this occupying the same space on each side of that walkway. So I've tried to play that contrast up. So once I was satisfied with the first look, because I'm going to go back to the building a bit later, I'm going to adjust quite a few times. Yeah, all these are in different days and even different months. So I mean, the main hood I'm renovating is Sunset Valley, and I come back to other projects from time to time. The problem is that that makes me want to go back to previous makeovers, and make me want to do them differently, to have them a bit different, because I've got a new idea. So here it made me want to go back to the library in Sunset Valley. But okay, maybe I will, because there are a few things that I would like to do a bit differently there. I like the modern look of that one, so I was very happy also to be able to do a modern library. So I've tried to keep that modern vibe there, but with a softer side for the children's corner. And so I don't have a a big whimsical theme for that corner. Also, I lack paintings for the wall, like appropriate ones. So mostly to dress up a bit the room, I've tried to do something with the bookcases so that there is the beginning of a maze, somewhat, there. Also, at the entrance of the room, I've added a nameplate. You know those little signs you get with Word Adventures? So I've put one in front of the secondary rooms to designate what that room is for. So here there was the children's corner, and then I'm going to do the skill building room. So that's the one where there were a few desks and like 3 bookcases or something like that. And also upstairs, so that's for the main floor. Upstairs there will be the comic book section and a study area. So that's the ones I've used. And downstairs there are going to be 2 conference rooms. So that, yeah, those are the secondary rooms, and every time on each floor there is a main room. So here it's the main room, like lobby with the front desk with a desk for the librarian, let's say, and there is a book register where they can buy books from there. I've also put the comic book register upstairs in the comic book section. So here during the secondary room, so that's the skill building one, where I've added two chessboards and 2 chessboards. There is a small platform where we can pretend there are some SIMS are posing for the other SIMS to sketch them, and then there is a board game corner, and there are a few laptops, corners area, also another few bookcases, bookshelves, and sketch pads a bit everywhere. I've tried to add in the library almost all the different bookcases, bookshelves that came with the main game and EPs I have, and also a few from stuff packs. Oh, okay, so here, going back to the building itself, adjusting for the first time, I'm going to go back again and again to the build because I had a lot of ideas and not all of them at the same time. So I've changed a few things, so I'm keeping some of the ideas for another modern looking building in the future. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tackling one actually, to see if these ideas would work there. So did not really big window, roof windows, but that, of course, they are not real ones. So I don't have the rugs from. I don't have the last EP. So there are rugs there that can be used as transparent flooring, and so I don't have these. So I couldn't use those. So instead, it's I've put those lights from the By Debo catalog, so that there is. It's the light on the upper floor is as if there are windows on the rooftop, and the light is coming from there. So that's what I tried to do. And then tackling the room on the main room on the second floor. So at first I put a study corner in the middle, but I removed it a bit afterward when I was readjusting again the building because I wanted to have a balcony area over there so that there is a view on the floor below from that floor. And I moved that group study corner to the secondary room part in the wing of the building that I'm not going to tackle right away. I'll do it later. So I did do the wing above the children's corner, the children's room, and that's where I've put the comic book corner. Mostly one type of bookshelf there, the one from University Life, and that's also where I've put the comic book register. I don't think I've talked about that, but the windows, there weren't any on the back of the building, and so I did a big bay window there, lots of windows, and they're framed by walls, and I tried to replicate that on the side, on the left side of the building, and so it's a smaller area. And also did accent walls there when I was adjusting the building, did accent walls there and picked the color red because that building is actually a mix of different building height in mind, and one of those buildings, so here doing the accent walls, and one of these buildings I got inspiration from was one from The Sims 4, but I don't remember. I think it's from Get to Work. I don't play The Sims 4, but I've seen pictures of the buildings, and so that red hue there, it's in my mind. It's associated to that building. That I really like the look of it. Don't remember what building it was. I'm going to say the hospital. I'm not sure. I've used that same type of walls on other buildings since I've seen that picture. So I remember in Strange Town I did a version of Strange Town, and I did the military base using that same building in mind. Having that same building in mind with the same accent wall hue. So then the cafe area, so we're downstairs. Oh yeah, also I added an elevator on one side of the building because I was thinking that it's a tall building, so it's worth it. The cafe, there are a few corners where they can sit on stools. There are a few tables. I've also added a kids corner there because I was thinking that if family are visiting, so the main floor is where the children's corner is. So that's where I've put the potty in the bathrooms and a few toys for the toddlers to play with. And upstairs on the second floor is more turned towards students. So there is a group study corner. There are a few computers there, workstations, and that's also where the comic book corner is. And so then downstairs in the semi-basement there, where the cafe is, I thought that it was both family-oriented and business-oriented there. So I've added a few toys extra because we're thinking that families could visit the cafe there, but there are also 2 conference rooms, so that's the business-oriented part, and to add amenities in that optic there. Readjusting again, so here I was working a bit more on the roof as I thought that one side was a bit too blocky there, so I wanted to add windows and a few more details. So outside there are a few bike racks. There are no more parking spaces because there were like 2 or 3, but there were only 2 or 3, and also they were a bit weirdly placed. So I'm thinking that visiting SIMS, coming there by car, can use the parking. Well, we can pretend that we're using the parking lot that is nearby to park their cars there. So yeah, as I've said, the upstairs part is more turned towards students or young adults. Okay, oh my, am I going to explain this one? So mostly I wanted the Sims to have a place to woohoo in the middle of the books, but I didn't know what to put there. I didn't want to put a bed, and so I put a photo booth in the middle, at the end of a path in the middle of the bookshelf there. It can be easily removed and replaced by other bookshelf, even more so because there is the elevator nearby, so that can be that can serve the same purpose there. But yeah, there is a photo booth, in the middle of the books, mostly because of that. I'm totally blaming an episode of Friends for that idea. Also, there is the fact that that library is huge, so I was running out of idea of what to put in there, what to have in there. So then we're back downstairs, and I'm doing the 2 conference rooms. So these are more business oriented there. So one has there was sort of a conference room in the original build, but it was upstairs on the 2nd floor. So there I took the same idea and went with a bunch of tables together like that. So that's it's more of a meeting room there. And in both rooms there are TVs, big screen, flat screen on the wall. And in the other one, I've used more of the configuration is more or less made for a talk there, and the screen is behind the podium. Oh, and there is a whiteboard. And in the other one, there are 2 of those workstations that came with the business planners. You know, the one that came with University Life. So they're portable workstations, but I do have a merge, or maybe it's Ultimate Career with the school. I think now they don't take it away with them once they have used it. Oh yeah, so here I'm adding the philosophy corner because I remembered that when I did the tour, there were corners where there were armchairs facing each other, so I tried to do the same idea there. Time for a tour of the renovated building. So with the outside first, the two staircases leading to the semi-basement where there is a terrace, the cafe area over there, the philosophy corners there, and bathrooms. There are showers there, conference room number 1, conference room number 2, and the stairwells there, leading upstairs, where there is the walkway here, very central, and then the main room here, children's corner over there, bathroom here, a small corner that is almost on each floor where there is a coffee machine, the skill building room here, and then back to the stairwells, and upstairs with the comic book corner, another bathroom, another coffee break room corner, first corner with workstations, a few chairs, bookshelves. That's the balcony area here with a view downstairs, and then another workstation area, bathroom, and the study corner with the photo booth over there. And that's it for that building. Oh, I really like those trees. They're pretty cool, they're pretty neat. I like the whole modern mixed with that mountain forest look there. So that's it for that renovation, that makeover. Next makeover is going to be in Sunset Valley. I'll see you then. À bientôt!